My beautiful stars, reading time. I've got so many messages going around right now, so I just want to, let's just confirm, main collective, what your emotional focus is right now. I was hearing breaking free from denial, so what's your main focus? Okay, healing, oneness, that's nice. Trying to break free from obsessive thought patterns. This could be why you're facing certain things you've been in denial with. Maybe for a long time you've really been trapped in the mind of, you know, certain expectations, desires that you have been wanting to receive, but unfortunately maybe those expectations or those desires have kind of kept you in a little bit of a state of denial with things that are actually happening for fact. Okay, if you're focusing on healing your heart, if you're focusing on finding oneness, if you're focusing on breaking free from certain addictive thought patterns or habits in life, things that you're codependent to that activate your obsession, things that are blocking you, the right collective, you're clearly starting to see things at face value. You're starting to really reflect on these aspects of desire that you hold and how they affect you in other areas of your life. Coffin, endings bring new beginnings, change, transition, liberation. Maybe this was something you're in denial with for a long time. Maybe there was someone on your mind that you always had hopes there would be a new beginning with, but you haven't seen movement in the physical. Okay, if you're breaking free from denial right now, there would be a lot of areas in your life that are being illuminated that keep you feeling a little bit trapped and keep you out of oneness. It's like there's another ignition of self-awareness coming over you. It's like you're starting to realize certain things that you have an expectation for or a desire for in life. It's actually holding you back emotionally. It's blocking you. Okay, so maybe you would be hitting points of nostalgia. Maybe you're reflecting on other areas of your life from the past that you've excused a lot of things, or unfortunately, if you're coming into more self-awareness, of course, past decisions and stuff will really be, they would be getting illuminated in your mind's eye right now. Maybe something's happened of recent that's making you start to realize that you are someone that unfortunately can really be blinded to, you know, those expectations you have for the future instead of living in the now, and instead of really taking things at face value. And let it be with past grievances as well. There's a reason this is coming to my mind. I find a lot of people, so maybe this ties into whoever this person is that you always thought you would get a new beginning with. When relationships start to fall apart, unfortunately, sometimes we don't see the warning signs, and we kind of, especially when we feel it comes out of nowhere, so we feel kind of blindsided by the ending. We kind of live in that moment of, this person's just walked away and they've given me no answers. But the thing is, those answers would have been trickling in before the point of removal. But when we're not the most self-aware about certain things, it's like all those early warning signs, especially if you had envisioned that this person was someone that you would have, you know, that happily ever after with. Even though there was the warning signs, it's kind of, you were blinded, believe it or not, in a state of denial because you weren't seeing things for fact, and the relationship falling apart because in your mind, because you had envisioned an end stop, an expectation, you had built that you would kind of overcome anything with whatever this person was or whatever grievances were here with this person, right? So then when this fell apart, it's like you kind of were stuck in that mode of no closure, so much unfinished business where there was closure, but you were choosing not to see that closure. So there's a reason this is coming to my mind. If this is something you are now starting to reflect on and reminisce and go into nostalgia with, about how sometimes You aren't the most aware of your surroundings and the red flags being presented, okay? This is actually helping you break free from a mind frame that holds you back. I always say a 4D mind is beautiful, but if different things are being shown in our day-to-day, sometimes we need to release that 4D expectation and surrender to it and understand, even though we've seen it up here, it's not happening in the physical. So I've got to stop holding on to what I think may happen and actually start taking things at face value. So for the right collective, and there's a reason everything comes to my mind, the things that you're reflecting on right now, you're actually putting that finger back at yourself, and you're starting to realize certain blocks and restraints and things that I obsess over, that's no one else's fault but my own, because of my desires of what comes next. I can't keep doing this. This keeps me in denial, and it keeps me blinded to what I'm being shown in the physical. Okay, this right collective, Healing Heart Paradise, you're finally starting to see your healing journey properly, and you're actually really starting to come within, because I think this collective, the things you've been sitting in denial for the 10th time, it's your expectation and desires you think will come in future, more long term, right? So because you've been so focused on future, long term, your healing journey, you've been denying your present, okay? And you're starting to realize that's holding me back. That's blocking me. I need to be living in the present, and spiritual or not, I'm in the human experience. What I'm being shown, I need to take as fact, because the things that I'm holding on to are blocking me and activating an obsession I don't like to feel. Healing heart. And this is one of them. Passion, liking each other equally, insane chemistry. You don't know that for fact. So again, you holding on to this while trying to heal, you're not healing. You holding on to what you think may be happening has been prolonging your healing. It's been taking you out of oneness. It's like this right collective, don't make it fit. For so long, your healing journey has entailed what you're going to get from the healing journey. If I heal this person I have insane chemistry with, that I hope is in my future, they'll come back. I'll find abundance with work. I'll find this with this. It's like it's like this is where your transition is. For so long, your focus for healing was what you were going to gain from the external while you were healing. Does that make sense? Has always been I'm healing because of this. This will come in, this will come in, instead of really embracing your healing journey and understanding healing is really just for you. And breaking free from the trauma and the shadow that's kept you bound from a very young age. It's like this is where, for the right collective, your penny's dropping. I need to live in the now. Everything else I'm holding on to is my denial of my current situation. Makes sense? The right collective, this will make sense. Paradise. How can you heal yourself if you're constantly holding on to someone that you just in turn, intuition 4D mind? You think this person likes you equally, but they haven't shown you this. You're prolonging your healing. You're putting yourself in a situation that it makes you forever question your self-love and your oneness. So healing, finding your sense of security or self-worth. So you're trying to heal, but your mind is connected to someone that doesn't see you. Your mind is connected to someone you're forever feeling rejected or disappointed by. So how are you going to accelerate with healing when your soul is craving someone that does not see you? That means you're not really healing because you're not seeing yourself. You would rather focus on someone that in your mind you think you have the answers to, but it keeps you in denial. Make sense? Don't make it fear. I always say as a reader, you've had these thought patterns. So you've had the thought pattern, how can I focus on healing and oneness and seeing my reflection and seeing the amazing person I am when my heart is holding on to someone that makes me feel not enough and affects my confidence? That's not their fault, that's my fault. I'll never properly be able to heal if I'm holding on to someone that treats me like rubbish. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The right collective, you'll know exactly what I'm trying to say. Because again, you're coming out of denial. I'm not saying, I haven't tapped into this person, I'm not saying they do or they don't like you equally, but what you've been shown in the physical is this person, in the nicest way, they don't care. They're not showing you they care. It's your 4D expectation. That's the main theme of this collective. You're breaking free from denial. You're breaking free from desires and expectations, and you're living in the now. And you're seeing things at face value, which means you really are coming into your center. You're starting to actually understand what healing is truly about. How can anyone put themselves on a healing journey but be craving someone that shows them anything but? Divine or not, doesn't matter. I even say this with divines. This journey is to make you see yourself in your reflection. And yes, you guys get bound to a layer of obsession and fixation, but you all have to break free from that. And that's this collective. You're breaking free from what may be, and that's good. This heart with the key. How does this person own the key to your heart when all they do or all they have done is made you feel hurt and unseen? Like, this is where your mind is going. Am I effing crazy? How can I think this person likes me equally and owns the key to my heart, vice versa, when they haven't shown me that? And this is a perfect example for the divine community, which I say it all the time. The label blinds you guys. You put up with so much shit and not being seen, but they're my twin flame, they're my divine. It's kind of this energy. This is what this collective's breaking free from. How could I even put this person in the category of a soulmate or a twin flame or a divine connection when they have not shown me? This is my 4D expectation. This is my denial. I am denying how I've been treated. I'm denying how I feel because I've put a label on this person and what may be. Make sense? Powerful transition, this collective. Paradise. Now you're starting to realize look at my lack of boundaries. Look at my lack of worth and sense of self. I've genuinely thought this person was my happiness, my be all and end all, that we enjoy each other with this, with this, with that, but I don't get shown that. This is far out, this collective. This would be a heavy thing to face, and I say you guys have to go through this transition, which means your internal energy is actually changing, but your poor mind's probably playing havoc on you. You probably feel like you've just wasted a huge chunk, and I find true divines, it normally takes a couple years to come to this point. So the reason I'm saying this, you could be feeling like you've lost a couple of years in a state of denial. That's not the case. You're just actually really starting to see yourself. And that's beautiful. So don't look at the negative in the situation. Don't feel crazy about it. I always say, especially with true divines, that point of obsession that you all go through, it's to motivate you to your next chapter in life, activating your authentic blueprint, your mission work, whatever it is. But you guys do need to overcome it. And this collective, you're finally overcoming it. And yes, it can be confronting and breaking a habit now in your mind. But the last thing you want to do is be putting yourself down. You just want to have it more in the outlook. Holy moly, I must be really starting to see and respect myself. Okay. Which is nice. Addictions. Yeah, you're finally good. Do I think you know this? No. You're choosing to release your obsession. You're choosing not to be bound to your label. you're choosing to put yourself first, and this is making you, I don't want to say prepare for union, but you're finally transcending the obstacles. You're finally learning expansion, new phase. So by doing this and being proactive about it, I don't even think anything's come to your table. I just think this has been an internal shift where you've started to realize, I'm putting myself in an unhealthy situation, my decision, not their decision. It's your decision. That's what you're starting to realize. I'm choosing to obsess. I'm choosing to hold on to expectation and desires. I'm choosing to keep myself in denial over the fact of the situation. Be proud of yourself. Endings bring new beginnings. This always thinking, are they at their phone? Are they going to message me? Checking your phone, waking up, checking your phone, this, that. You realize this is not healthy. This is not healthy for anyone, especially someone that's trying to focus on healing their heart. How can I heal my heart when this is my focus? All right, last one, photographs. I think it's more than nostalgia. Soulmate, soul connection, soul contract, soul agreement. You're reflecting on everything. Maybe you even have had a moment. It's funny because I keep bringing up divines, but twin flame didn't even come out here. I think this collective, especially underneath the deviation about the nostalgia and how sometimes, I think the right collective, you're reflecting back on how you can get really blinded to the situation at hand. It's like because of your expectation you create in your mind, it's like you miss the warning signs, you miss the red flag. Maybe you're thinking, this was a lesson I needed to learn from this person, to live in the now, to take things at face value, to not always fall short to what I envision things may be, okay? Which means this person that you had this ending with, you could have been planning, future planning, wedding, married, So even with all the red flags, even with the disagreements, even with the obstacles, even with the arguing, even with everything that was going on in your connection, because clearly there was things going on if you had an ending, right? Even if your relationship was going into destruction, but you were still future planning with this person, wanting to have kids, marry, buy a home, this and that, and it was an argumentative, crazy, toxic, kind of volatile connection. It's like, this is what you're reflecting on. Because of my needs in life, my desires in life, I keep myself in terrible situations that I'm blinded to, and then when they get removed and that tower comes, it's like I feel it was unexpected when I had the warning signs all along. You aren't just breaking free from denial of this current situation. You're going back to how denial has kept you bound to situations you should never have been in. And if you weren't in denial in previous situations in life, then these toxic relationships and things that you need to heal with would never have aligned with you in the first place. You're starting to realize my lack of self-love through all situations in my life kept me connected to someone that then I bound as my twin flame, as my divine, as my soul connection, even though they treated me like absolute rubbish, right? But because we were planning a future, even though they showed me they weren't capable of granting me the future that they had promised, that was me keeping blinded. That was me, my lack of self-love, thinking someone that treats me like rubbish is my divine person, right? Let it be past jobs, staying in jobs that you were completely undervalued, whatever the case. Like I said, this right collective, you are actually coming into self-love because you're realizing through your decisions in life, because of what you have wanted to receive, let it be marriage, a house, a successful job, this and that, you kept aligning with the wrong kind of people because you thought they would align with your vision of what comes next. Makes sense? Even though they treated you horribly along the process. You always chose external because of what you felt you needed in life, even if that external didn't validate and make you feel complete. Even though that external made you question your worth and made you an anxious mess and kept you aligned with toxic situations, this collective, you are starting to realize, I've always struggled with my self-love. Look what I've let into my life. And I will no longer fall short to this. Make sense? This is the right collective thought pattern. That's powerful. One more. Separation. Now you're starting to realize why. Why have I been sad? Why have I been sad, mourning, grieving, unsure of the future when this person has showed me verbatim that they don't want a future? This is where you're breaking free from denial. This collective, for so long, you thought it was a lack of closure. They were your divine, they were this, they were that. You were blocking yourself because of your expectation and desire of what may be instead of taking it at fact. Now, the right collective, you're starting to realize, why am I unsure of the future? This person has showed me with the lack of effort, lack of accountability, lack of movement, there is no future. Makes sense? It's not holding on to the what if anymore. It's holding on to the now. It's holding on to the situation at hand. And this is what's breaking free the right collective. And again, I have to confirm, it's a confronting emotion to have to face when you've had a habit. This is my forever person. This is that, even though they treated me like shit. It's a hard habit to break. But this collective, you're finally getting into the right thought pattern, okay? And like I said before, don't feel you're crazy. Don't feel like, what have I been doing? This is you actually outside of the box. You're actually seeing yourself. You're actually starting to understand what you deserve. And just holding on to hope, it doesn't serve you. Holding on to hope is what's creating obstacles, obsession, fixation, and you don't like that emotion of yourself. Okay, remember, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm the right collective's emotion, right? You've come across this for the right collective because you've literally just had a moment before you were watching this that you felt like this, or the past couple of days it's been coming over you. This is finding you to confirm how you're feeling. There's nothing wrong with it. You're seeing yourself. Be proud of yourself. It's funny, I see this so much in the divine community. You guys get to this point and instead of just understanding, no, this is self-love I'm coming into, you start to think your whole journey's been an absolute, this was never real. They were never my twin. They were never this. They were never that. When I do these readings, I always tell you guys, F your connecting person. Of course your journey is real. Look at who you are. Look at who you're becoming. And look at you, just that in itself, you're finally finding your self-love. Your divine journey is real. You don't need an external to make you believe that you're on a divine journey. Do you know what I'm getting at? So this is so pivotal for all of you guys to go through. Otherwise, you're forever a doormat. This is you actually, believe it or not, and you might not have had a love test with this person, but this is making you learn boundaries, even if they're not here just yet. Just you're seeing yourself, so you'll never put up with it again. You won't be that, oh, hey, how are you? When they come in every 6 months, 8 months, however many months. Next time this person comes in, you'll be very shocked at how you respond to this person. Because in the past, you've been there so readily and so attentive and so understanding of their needs, and unfortunately, how belittled they've made you feel. Right? Because again, before you really got to this point of complete self-knowing, and you're still transitioning into it, you're going through the phases right now, this person's needs, because you always had an expectation of desire, they were meant to be your wedding rings, they were meant to come in and bring you this new beginning, that coffin energy, you excused everything. You weren't seeing the fact of the situation. You were holding on to the label and the desire of what could be. So all the work that entails you to get to that end stop with anyone in life, let's take divine out of it. Anyone you are wanting to marry and have a life partner energy with, you need foundation. You need trust. You need structure. You need to build with someone. Where divines, this is where you go wrong. You expect, after all of the shit you've been through, one conversation is going to give you a fairy tale ending. You fail to really understand about life partner energy because you're so trapped in, that's my forever. That's my forever. I just need to unconditionally love this person. Divine or not, if they come back without structure and boundaries, you're not getting nowhere. Okay, and this is why for all of you, it's such an important part to see yourself first. And that's what's happening with this collective. You're just seeing yourself. But unfortunately, I think because you're finally starting to see yourself, you're losing belief in your whole journey. It's nothing to do with that. If anything, your journey's actually working for you. But let's just confirm what the universe is wanting to... Oh, I don't even want to show you this, but it's true. This is actually how you're going to come into union. Don't hold on to this. You're finally releasing this, but unconditional love, legendary, divine union. Yeah, eventually. Eternal love, infinity, you're enduring, but a love of a lifetime. But again, you're starting to realize what is destined for me will always be. I'm not holding on to something that doesn't make me feel good anymore. You're actually learning properly right now the right communication tools, because you'll actually be able to put up a boundary. You'll actually be able to prioritize your own emotion and not have fear. If you put up a boundary, this person's going to run from you again. 24th of the 12th could be a birthday or a memory here. You're starting to communicate better with yourself, which means in turn, and when you do finally get a lesson from this person, and you'd be getting lessons right now with family, friends, work colleagues about your communication style and how it's shifting, how you are firmer in boundaries, or how, you're allowing for spontaneous expression. If you feel something, you're voicing it constructively. Right now, the right collective, you would be getting a lot of situations, and maybe not in love, to show you. Holy moly, sorry, my phone is going crazy. Everything happens for a reason. But what was I saying? We're talking about boundaries, weren't we? Anyway. And that's what I feel has happened here. This has come from the divine right now. So divine interventions at play in your life, but perfect timing. There is a reason you are finding this strength. I think the reason this is finding you, I'm going to be honest, I've said it a few times, just because you're breaking free out of denial, you've done nothing wrong. You shouldn't be seeing yourself as foolish or this or that. But however your thought pattern is coming over you right now, it is giving you strength for a reason. Okay, and my phone has been blowing up this whole time. And if you have this person entering, there is a reason you are finding strength. Just remember that. Okay, we will get into them a little bit, but I just want to, you're going through an ascension right now. Light codes, you're leveling up. You finally going places, and you're starting to realize that about yourself. You're actually starting to see yourself properly. You have belief in your greatness. And P.S., you could be wanting to actually start traveling or organize a vacation, or you're wanting to do things that make you happy, or sick of holding on to things that don't make you happy. Birthdays, 3rd of the 10th, 10th of the 3rd, 16th of the 10th, 16th of the 3rd. You breaking free from your illusion, breaking free from your denial. Your intuition, your subconscious mind. You're actually reprogramming your belief system properly. This is also a card of recognition. Maybe there's other areas in your life you are starting to get recognition, which is also helping you see yourself better. Not that we should feel validated from external, because that, believe it or not, we're not in our... Like, what I mean by that is people that unfortunately sometimes seek outside admiration or approval from others, and I find this a lot on social media. It's like you're so bound to how people perceive you rather than knowing who you truly are. I feel this collective, you could be getting recognition in other areas of your life that is helping you see yourself better, but you never want to rely on external recognition to see who you truly are. Okay, that came to my mind for a reason. Unconditional love, Celtic knot. Lovers, so, but that's good. Surrender to it. That's fine. Okay, so your soul contract again. So you've got lovers underneath this, and there could be luck on your... I don't even want to say that for this collective, because you're finally starting to break free from it. But there is going to be something very unexpected that comes to your table. Okay, just let it be though. Communicate. You got to keep focusing on what you're focusing now. It's clearly working for you. You could be an Aquarius person on your mind, but star energy. This is why you're learning to communicate better, not only with yourself, but the people around you, why you're overcoming barriers and you're finding harmony because of the way you're speaking to you. You're finding peace and serenity. You're starting to understand it's not external gain in life that's going to make me serene and happy. I can find that in every moment of my day. I do not need external attachment. Let it be money, love, people, situations to make me feel complete. I can choose to be complete with everything I choose to do in my life. And we can find happiness and completion in anything. When we're so focused on external, we're taking away our sovereignty. We are so bound to toppings in life is what makes us feel complete. And that is bullshit. Okay, I say this to you guys all the time. Those things in life are toppings for us. When we're so dependent on those things making us happy, we wish them away and push them away. We become highly critical of the external in our life because we haven't found that fulfillment within. You're finding your own star energy within. Beautiful. Divine intervention. And there is things with your career. So your career could be taking off very soon as well. Hold on. Hold on. Just quickly, universe, what are you? Oh my gosh, you just got just trust, victory. Things are developing, especially with your path, whatever you're doing for your career. So the universe is you're learning to just trust and not hold on to expectation and desire. You're about to be crowned with something, which is very powerful. This has come from up above. And the sad thing is your brain thinks you've been trapped in denial. No, you're just starting to see things clearly for the first time in probably the start of your healing. Could have been on this healing journey for however many years. It's like you're just starting to really understand what this journey is about now for the right collective. Wow, too many. Oh my God, but that's the card. Holy moly. You, just self-worth, love, value, and respect. Be proud of yourself. Might not feel like it. Like I said, I feel you're being very highly critical of yourself and you're feeling like you kept yourself bound to something that was silly and irrelevant. No. And I'm trying to avoid talking about whoever this person is because that's what you're starting to detach from. You do not need to know if this person that like each other equally. You don't need to know that. You just need to keep putting yourself first. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This collective, your worthiness does not come from someone else seeing you, divine or not. Your worthiness comes from you. Okay? Just one more. Two more. You're about to shine. And that's what I feel with this ambition. Just keep going. Don't give up on this thought pattern and don't fall short back to your denial of the situation. You're finally claiming your power the right way. Remember, what is meant for you, divine or not, will never pass you by. This is what you want to sail free from, and that was a huge part of your first deck. Why focus on things that make me stressed and anxious and worried and restless and make me feel like I'm deteriorating, losing health because of this? This is my choice. I am choosing because I put a label on this person because I never wanted to deal with feeling rejected from the situation. Okay, and I'm just ripping off the Band-Aid, and I'm not... It's hard when I do readings like this. I'm not trying to tell you that you're not a divine. That is not what I'm saying. But this right collective, you're starting to actually understand truly a divine or not, or I'm just putting a label on it. I was choosing to put them in the category of my divine person because I never got closure. I felt rejected. I had what I felt was like unexpected disappointment. true divine or not, doesn't matter. You were holding on to this person because you felt I didn't have answers and you didn't want to let go. That was your decision, divine journey or not. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, collective, that shouldn't trigger you because this should be a thought pattern. This is why I tell you guys, take the label away from it. Real divine, not divine, take the label away. It doesn't matter. It keeps you guys out of your self-love. Moon. Without removing the label, you will always excuse their bad behavior. Because in your mind, they're your happy ever after. They're your fairy tale ending. Without actually putting the work in between to get the fairy tale ending. Do you know what I'm trying to say? True divine or not, they need to show you the effort, the consistency, the dedicated effort towards you. And when you guys are bound to what may come next, you don't even give them the chance to put dedicated effort in because you're a bloody doormat. You're there like, oh yeah, I don't care how much you've hurt me. I love you. You're my twin flame. Ridiculous. You're actually truly breaking free, double moon energy. Breaking free from denial. Breaking free from the illusion that has kept you bound and on pause, believe it or not, on your healing journey. And finally understanding this healing journey was never just to get this person back. It was to really tap me in to my authentic self. It was to tap me into the shadow that has kept me bound life after life. This healing journey was always for me and to find and believe in my greatness. It's really nice energy. Okay, I just quickly want to get tarot for you. Okay, I just want to roll the dice. We've got some changes coming. 2. I'm going to say 2 weeks. 2. What's coming in the next 2 weeks? Could be seeing 222 a lot as well. Oh my gosh. I don't want to. Okay, hold on. So we've got Emperor. Coins in reverse. This is why. Okay, so we've got Emperor, and everything we say is for a reason. You've got a 3 of coins. You've got something from the past about to return. Are you going to learn from the past, or are you going to repeat the past? Okay, either third party friction, uncommitted, feeling like you're doing alone, but learn from past mistakes. Okay, so what do I always say? Me personally, especially the energy we're reading, Knight of Cups to me is terrible. It's a charismatic Casanova. Yes, he comes with an offer and a proposal and very charming and but he's healing himself first. Okay, this collective, and I think this is where you've gone wrong in the past. Every time this person's entered you in the past, they present as a Knight of Cups. They're not presenting as an Emperor. But because you put the label on it, they're my divine masculine, you'd be blinded by their Knight of Cups behavior. Then you'd get paralyzed in fear. If I don't respond, if I don't this, if I don't that, they're going to go again. Even though you should have been like, there's a front door. Who do you think I am? After everything you've done, come in like this. Are you effing crazy? But because of the label and the fairy tale ending, every time they came in like this, doormat. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, you want to be, I'll send you a pic. How are you? When are you going to come and see me? Trying to push this person to come and say, whatever the case, there's a reason this is coming to my mind, because you weren't seeing it clearly. So what's about to happen again? What are they about to repeat? They're about to repeat the exact same situation. Are you going to see this for who this person is? Or are you going to get activated and paralyzed in fear again if you don't put this person first and unconditionally love them, they're going to run where they do it anyway. You suck up their ass, they run anyway, because you're not seeing the point of this journey. So again, and you could have some father things coming up as well, side note. They're going to put you in the exact same position. They're going to make this person present how they always do. But are you going to be blinded because of the label? No, not this time, this collective. Remember that. There is a reason you're going through this transition internally right now. And I always say this, whenever we go through a pivotal lessons emotionally, it's for a far greater reason than what's just happening in the now. You've got a very powerful cycle coming up. And let's take this person away from it. You right now, there's something about your career path that's really being activated. So your empire, your path, there could be an acceleration mode with this as well. Okay, so if they're trying to accelerate you when it comes to your career path, and they're trying to take something off for you, and you are someone, another repeated cycle, love can just blind you, right? So not just with this person, but every relationship you've been in, when you're in love, you lavish all your love, all your time on that one person, right? They want to see if you've healed this too. Do you know how to balance your life, even when having companionship? Or are you someone still, when you find companionship, they're your be all and end all, and other areas in your life start to become off balance? So as they're hitting acceleration mode for you, because they're wanting you to learn from the past, it's that life is meant to be not just meant to be lived, but learnt from as well. So it's not just a repeated lesson coming with love. They're going to repeat something for you where they're wanting you, even if something feels off balance and anxious and you're not getting your way with it, right? Are you going to let that affect your work path? Are you going to lose motivation? Are you going to let this swallow you whole? Or do you really see yourself? Do you really understand what you deserve? It's like they're trying to illuminate something for you here, but they're going to give you a distraction. Because I always say, they test us with the fire. That's how they test us, to see if we really are growing, right? So it's like they want to give you a reward, but now that you're finally seeing yourself, they're going to test you with probably one of your hardest tests in life. Love. This right collective and all divines. This is what has held you back. There's so many lifetimes prior. Love always holds you back. True divines, you love everyone else more than you love yourself. So they're about to activate something that is going to make you feel powerless and paralyzed in fear. But are you going to choose you? Because just because you're going through this transition right now, seeing this person, they're going to accelerate your heart so much. Just because you're finding strength. It's the first piece. Now you get the test. Are you really finding strength, or is your strength just coming from silence right now because you haven't heard from them? So you think you're crazy, so I'm just going to detach. Or is it a genuine place of self-love, right? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because as soon as the universe... It's like, this is you got 2. I'm saying 2 weeks. It could be sooner. But that's a question you need to ask yourself. Are you finding power because of the silence? Or are you finding power because you know what you deserve? So that's where the true test comes. Because the silence is about to be broken. But are you choosing a night because you think of their potential and what they could be? Even though they show you very different. Right, collective, this will make sense. You've got some repeated lessons coming in the next 2 weeks, and not just with love, but also with career. Just as life lessons. Stop it. Our purple curtain, where we get our good and bad karma. That purple curtain. So you got life lessons coming. Repeated lessons. Remember, things that come up in our shadow, they only get removed when we properly heal them. So you've got repeated things coming. Find the truth in the situation. Okay? There could be some legal things as well. Especially with this person. I don't looked at that Empress straight away. But again, if this person comes in and uses an excuse of maybe they made some silly decisions and kind of got trapped in some legal things, that's not you fixing a broken bird. That was their choice. So they still treated you like shit, legal matters or not. They still chose to treat you like shit. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because the right collective, true divines, you really do. You always attract in that broken bird. if it's this person saying or putting on the guilt trip about, oh, this was happening, that was happening, it doesn't matter. This person has the right collective, you have not been treated right. There's no excuse, legal matters or not, for someone to treat you terribly. And that's what you need to understand, okay? Got some big lessons coming in that should be able to balance you out. You've got justice at play. Don't repeat the same decisions, because it means you're not removing it. You're going to have to go through it again. Emperor. Oh, I think that's this person. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't think they're an emperor whatsoever. They're in a Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which means they haven't found their success in life. They're feeling scattered. Their life feels boring, kind of all work, no play kind of energy. They're anything but an emperor right now. Okay, they're saying this person needs to reassess. And also you, remember I said you've got things coming up that might make you, with your career, have to reassess some things or put some new goals into place. They're wanting you to go gung-ho with something right now. Okay, but I think also this person, they're really confirming they're not this, they're this. Okay, but with you, things that have felt maybe repetitive, all work, no play, they're about to hit acceleration to get you off the hamster wheel. They're about to give some things to you that are really going to make you define what you want to do next. But are you going to focus on what actually puts sparkle in your soul? It's like they're going to bring this to your table at the exact same time to give you strength to walk away from this, to focus on what actually makes you feel whole inside. Or are you going to let your broken heart and something you can't control someone's healing journey. They're going to show you very clearly this person's not where they need to be emotionally. So why should you be weighed down by their lack of progression? Make sense? Because that's where your empathy gets you in trouble. You need that empathy towards yourself and your needs. Okay? There it is. This is what you're not going to learn from. You're happy ever after. So remember I said it's like, this is where divines, I love you guys, but we talk about it all the time. You think from the destruction to one conversation you're going to get 10 of cups, and this is where you haven't learnt in the past. We spoke about it before. You think one conversation is going to fix all the damage and you're going to get a fairy tale ending because you're divine. That's not how love works. You need foundation, structure, and trust, divine or not. And this is where they're wanting you to learn from the past with. This person has made you do it alone. This person has presented so uncommitted. Them coming in one time as a charmer is not going to give you a 10 of cups life. Learn. See it. If you do not put up boundaries, why would this person put dedicated effort into you? You don't give them the opportunity to, because you're literally there like, do you know? Again, you'll get it. Don't make the same mistake. One interaction is going to give you a 10 of cups life. Foolish. This is where they're going to test you with this. Okay? All because literally it says on this card, divine love. I'm going to excuse it all because it's my divine. When they don't show you divine energy. Alright, Knight of Cups. And again, family. There could be something with family coming up as well, because I heard father. Good! Oh my God, that's good. That's good. Good. I think there's some people here that you're not in the, just how I'm explaining it, for the right collective, you'd be watching this saying, yeah, fuck, I'm not going to give this person another chance. So I must have some people watching that you're still on the fence with, because the right collective, that's what I feel. I feel that strength in the start of this reading, but the way I'm explaining some things, I feel there's some people watching this that haven't found the strength just yet. The right collective, this charming, selfish, self-focused, before anyone else, you're like, 8 of Cups, see you later. I've been dishonest with myself. Why have I been staying here? This person keeps me stuck in limbo. Was I ever even happy? Or was this the label I created in my mind? This is going to be your thought pattern, okay? Again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but this is where the right collective, your energy needs to be. And divines, or anyone watching this, in any kind of love ache and you are just a doormat for that person, you are not just being a detriment to yourself, but also this person. You being excessively nice, you're excusing their bad behavior. So they'll never change. They start to lose respect for you because you don't respect yourself. Okay? The right collective, you know it. You can see it here. There will be a bit of overwhelm because of the habit. You're breaking free from the habit, but the right collective, you choose you. I think there'll be a little bit of a fear because you're finally breaking free from a cycle, a layer that you've been stuck on. But I do think you will come out with strength. Paralyzed in fear. That's where you might go a bit. Don't make the same decisions. The only reason you're going to be paralyzed in fear is because you think you made the wrong choice by walking away. No, you made the right choice because you're choosing your self-respect. So even if this person disappears for another 2-3 months, who cares? Who cares? They don't deserve you. And that's the outlook you need to stay in. The only reason you're going to get paralyzed in fear, because this person will probably choose silence, right? Because they're not in their actual strength. They're still a knight. They're not a emperor, not even a king, right? They're still a knight. So this person's going to leave with their tail between their legs. They're not going to take accountability. They clearly don't have the strength or life experience or the self-awareness too. But that's not your fault. You can't heal someone, right? So again, as soon as I made the wrong decision, wrong. It's your fear. Okay. I don't want to read it. The only way to truly change it up and make amends is to do it differently. So you're breaking the cycle. This is underneath justice, right? So variety, changing it up, adapt, conquering your self-doubt by choosing you. Do it differently, make amends, unexpected surprise. So by breaking free the layers, so when we talk about divines, until you break the layer, you'll forever get stuck on it every cycle. So this collective, clearly your cycle is, you've always been fooled by a knight's approach because of the label thinking it's an emperor's approach, trying to fix something that was not ready to be fixed. So you need to break it. You need to do it differently. They're saying if you learn this and you do it differently, you work on this life lesson. I'm not even going to pick up future or tell you what I'm thinking long term because this collective, you need to live in the now, but this will work in your benefit. Okay, just focus on finally breaking free from the layer that you're stuck on. All right. The only thing I'm going to get about this person is their true intention right now, but it shouldn't matter because this person, even if their intention's pure, they're still presenting as a knight. They might be a bit charming or a bit more expressive than what you're used to, but every other aspect of their life, they're going to show you this person is not where they need to be emotionally. Okay, you might have the purest intention. Doesn't matter. I'll get you 3. Yeah, so they're going over. So there is a societal box. So they still think of the difficulties here. So even though they might be coming in subconsciously, they're still fearful of the adversity, family interference, culture, religion, age gap, sexuality, whatever it is, it's still a burden when they're thinking of you, right? So that means even though Knight of Cups came out, I do think it's going to be a bit more of an impulsive approach. Our differences drove us apart and it angered me that you didn't understand where I was coming from, bit entitled. It still pains me we can't come to an agreement. They've never tried to come to an agreement. That's what you need to remember. So if this person tries to come in and bamboozle you and make you feel at fault for their behavior, it's that energy. I did this because you did that. Wrong. You shouldn't even have to explain yourself. Boundary. Thank you. Next. Okay. And I always say energy like this, it's not even showing emotion, it's having a neutral response. So speaking to this person as if they were a work colleague, do not let them see a rise of excitement, anger, none of it's neutral. Men, unfortunately, I don't even know if they know this, victim mentality. They're literally coming in victim. when you show them any kind of reaction, let it be positive or negative, subconsciously, they still know they have a hold of your emotion. This person doesn't deserve to even have an inkling of a knowing that you have any kind of hold over their emotion from how I can see you've been treated, right? These coming in feeling sorry for themselves, again, they're going to come in self-focused. So I feel bound physically, mentally, spiritually. I feel there's no way out. So that this is something they're probably going to say. I've thought about you all the time, but and remember we brought up legal issues. Let it be, oh, but this happened in my life, or I just couldn't break free from this, or I was doing. It's like there's an excuse for everything they've done, which means they're not taking accountability. They're not aware of it. They're not aware of it. So as you're breaking free from denial, hopefully, if this is a truly divine connection, they can start breaking free from their own denial and their own blame, just how you are. But from what I can see, bound to denial. They might think they're coming in more compassionate and understanding. I'm working on my divine feminine side, I know it, but it contradicts it. So again, their intention, they think they're doing the right thing, but it's a lack of self-awareness. So remember how I just said before, maybe there's a bit more emotion than there has been in the past. That doesn't mean holding on to, if this person's never shown you emotion and they're just entering a bit of emotion, don't get excited about it. Don't think that little bit of emotion means they've changed. You need dedicated, consistent effort. Right? And compassionate towards, I want to be more soft-loving, especially towards you. So if this is genuine for them, one boundary, it shouldn't deter them. And I think this person's going to leave with their tail between their legs because they're not ready to confront their wrongs. If this was genuine, no matter boundary or whatever, they would have understanding and compassion for their bad behavior and why you're acting the way you're acting. This person, that penny hasn't dropped just yet. Last one. Yeah, so they don't even know how to communicate clearly. So whatever they're saying is surface level, and it's not even their fault. They're just not aware. They're not aware in life. So it's like you can't even be angry because, again, it's your decision for wanting this person by your side. From what I can see, they're very emotionally underdeveloped, okay? There is so much for me to tell you, but I'm unable to express myself rationally, so I'll just blame you instead, okay? So I rather just keep quiet. So they're not even coming in with full truths. There could be a memory winter summer from December 22nd, February 6th, February 7th to March 19th. That's got them a bit tongue-tied as well. Okay, I'm just going to get you these quickly because I know I'm being... let's just get you a love message from the universe. Look inside yourself. You come first. Just remember that. Examine what causes you to feel the way you feel. What keeps you out of balance? Close out of your life. Remember, no bigger sign than our body's emotion and our body's compass. This isn't going to make you feel good when the reason your heart or your emotion or you're going to feel anxious is because your higher self is saying this is off limits. This person's going to make your trauma worse. Where this poor collective, I think in the past, the accelerated heartache, they're my divine, it's electrifying. Instead of seeing, no, my body is in high alert because I'm rejecting this energy. It makes me feel unsafe. Okay? Trust what you feel in the moment. Wait, don't rush. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Do you even really have to respond? Is a question you need to ask yourself. Or is that just coming from fear? Do you think... Anyway, I always say don't play games. Do what you genuinely want to do in the moment. But if you choose silence, in that very moment when it happens, you're like, I'm not even going to respond. And then let's just say a day or two later, you start to get the paralyzed in fear and you think, did I make the right decision? It's just your trauma. It's your habit. If in that very moment, I always say your initial gut instinct, that's your intuition. If you see this person pop up and you were like, ugh, write it down. Okay, so when your overthinking mind takes over, you're like, no, it's my overthinking. That's not the truth of the situation. Okay, sorry, that's way too many. Heal, focus on you. One more. This will truly help transform this. Okay, your relationship with one another will deepen by doing this, and boundaries. You're not just helping you're helping this person. Finally realize, taste of their own medicine. I always say, return the favor. The only reason you guys grow to this place is so how many times they've burnt you. The right collective, you've never burnt this person. You've excused it. Burn them. Your relationship with one another will. Love conquers all and transforms all things. Okay, so remember, what's meant to you will always be for you, and that's what you need to fall back on. Just because I'm seeing myself and I'm choosing a boundary, why do I have fear? Because if this person did, they were never mine to begin with. And I should never have craved them to begin with. I'm not going to put them first before I put myself first. For the right collective. Okay? All right. Oh my God. Triple moon, powerful. You're powerful. Garnet, triple moon, goddess. Fiery, yeah. Emotions are about to be running high. Don't be blinded by them. You got 2 completions here. You're not just completing this for yourself. You're actually helping this person. Trust. This is coming at the perfect time because you're ready. Your time could actually stop. A clock could stop just before this happens. IEF. Protect yourself right now with sage and black candle wax. Maybe you did just clean out your home, sage your home. Universe is saying trust. I didn't want to tap into this person because that's just going to defeat the purpose for this collective. Tree of life, that's my divine love from the start of time. If it truly is, you got nothing to worry about. That's not what you should be focusing on. This right collective, it's focusing on you and your needs and wants. For the first time in your journey, for the right collective. This right collective, you've never found your voice here. It's time. Okay. Birthdays, angel numbers. 3 by itself, you could be seeing 333 expanding, finally. 64, my favorite angel number. 6 of the 4th, 4th of the 6th. 27th of the 6th, 27th of the 4th. 2nd of the 7th, 7th of the 2nd as well. 30th of the 2nd. 30th of the 10th, 17th of the 10th, 17th of the 3rd, 303, angel number, 6. 6 is important, and 101 as well. All right, my loves, I love you guys.